Welcome, everybody. Um, Today we're going to ride and review Route 20 from Clarksburg to New Martinsville. What you see here is the Adamston exit there and in Clarksburg off of 50. This part of the road right here, as soon as you get off of 50, is super, super rough. And it goes on like that for about a half a mile, and then it smooths out a little bit there. But you go up through here a little ways. This part of the road you're on for 3 miles exactly before you turn off on the Lumberport Road, and to get to 20. This here's another little rough patch in the road, but for the most part, these little three, this little part of the road right here isn't too bad. Um, there's also a restaurant right up here on the right hand side. I look right at it here in a second. It's right there. If you're looking for food, there's a gas station right there to start your journey with. Then we go up through here. We're about another mile up the road, and anybody that travels this road knows that this slip's been here forever. It's still a little rough, but it's not as bad as it was. And we'll continue going up through here, and right before Lumberport Road turns off to go to take you to Lumberport there, where you get onto the actual Route 20. It's right after this long straightaway when you go down the hill. There's a slip that's been there for years. Apparently, they just have no idea how to fix it, so they just keep putting pavement in it. But it can throw you a little bit, so just be mindful of that. It'll be right up here. As soon as we start going down the hill, we'll hit it here, and then right up here again. It's great. It's one of those lovely things. The second part right there is the one that can really throw you. Then we'll be turning left onto Lumberport Road. There's I went this way here. There's several other ways. It depends on where you come from. If you're in the Shinston area, you can get on 20 there a lot easier. But usually I would take Gregory's Run out of Wilsonburg. But they're doing a lot of road construction there. It's actually a lot better route. Now this Lumberport Road, it's like 3.1 or 3.7 miles. It's 3.7. I apologize. Across here, and it's actually a really nice little road. It's twisty, and it's a good motorcycle road here. So we ride it out. There's several train track crossings on this road. Just always be mindful of those. There's one actually on 20 that is horrible. My camera had actually cut out when I was crossing it. I don't know if the vibration from it, I just have no idea why it cut out, but not a big deal. There's just be mindful of railroad crossings. Any of them on 20 that you go across, please be careful. Now, right here is actually where you're getting on 20. And right here in town, the roads are okay. This side of 20 on your Lumberport and Shinston side are about your roughest. You'll have a lot of slips and cracks in the road and things like that. But for the most part, it's not too bad. And I would say close to anybody can handle it. The slips are the worst. Now there's several places. I just passed one right there where I don't know if it was the state or another organization put in rock in the ditch lines and things. Now there's several places down through here where they're beautifying. You just seen it right there on the side of the road. they're beautifying the roadsides. Well, they leave a lot of debris and stuff on the hillsides, like right coming up here, I do believe. You got to watch for stuff like this. Uh, don't be like that stuff can snag you. There was a rough spot right there. Anytime you see my hands flailing around in front of the camera, that either means I seen the rough road or there's a slip ahead to remind myself while I'm watching the videos to tell you guys about it. But the on 20 here for the first few miles, there was a lot of roadside natural debris. Always be mindful of trees and logs and things like that sticking out. Yeah, I'm pointing out Gregory's Run where it would come out on 20 there, and but that's one of the biggest hazards that people overlook is the stuff in the ditch line sticking out. Our famous state road's real bad about cutting stuff at the white line, and as a bike rider, if you ride in a group, you got one on the yellow, one on the white there, and the guy on the white usually takes it the worst because he feels all the cracks on the inside of the road, and that stuff throws you around, and that stuff in the ditch can come up and get you. Just be mindful of that, and especially on these heavy oil filled roads. 20 isn't as bad now, but it was oil filled traffic wise. Now you still see a lot of 18s on this, but the traffic for the most part is minimal. I think we decided to go with a scale of 1 to 6 on the stuff. Traffic on this is probably a 4. It's not overbearing or anything, but what you do run into usually is your 18s and stuff. Ran into some traffic here because they're doing road construction right here, and I left it in the video so you could see they are actually fixing one of the worst slips on this road, and it's very helpful because this part of the road was in terrible shape. It was almost deadly on a bike. You could leave the ground if you were going fast enough, but they're fixing it, and the holdup was quite a bit. So if you plan on traveling this road, this was the only actual long-term holdup that I ran into on this route. There was several other little things going on, but most of them will be in and out, pretty quickly. This one here will probably be there all summer. So just be mindful of that if you're planning this. Now, don't let that deter you because there is a lot of good scenery on this road. It'll probably get better as the stuff comes to the trees, but it's March 13th, so nothing's budding yet. But there's another gas station right there in Reeder. It's a nice little eatery too, so that's a good place to gas up and things like that. But if you got enough, you're only several miles outside of New Martinsville at this point in time, you might as well go there and gas up, and they've got all kinds of restaurants. Now this, going forward down through here, this is all good riding. There's a lot of twisty, turning parts. No, I think there's at least 4 15-mile-an-hour turns on this road, and they're actual 15-mile-an-hour road or turns. So just be mindful of that. A couple do jump up on you if you're not paying much attention, and I actually pointed that one out. But this one here is not one of the worst ones. This one here could be pulled a little bit faster than 15 if you can ride. But I think there's 2 of them that are pretty close to 15 mile an hour. But also I noticed, and I think it shows in this video here, the next one, it's one of the ones where I'm going uphill, that always watch for wash in them tight turns like that. especially if you're going uphill, because the water hits the road and then just comes across it. Uh, I think one of the biggest dangers of riding is the wash and the grit off the sides of the road. Yeah, here's this one here. Can't really see it on the camera. I went way wide because there was a heck of a patch of gravel and small pebbles there. That stuff will wipe you out real fast. That's why it's good to have a lead man if you're in a group that really pays attention to what he's doing, and voices that stuff back to the rest of the pack here. But if you're a solo rider, don't let traffic push you around turns and stuff like that, because that's an unforeseen thing that you're going to run into, and it is very hard to get a bike back after slipping on pebbles and gravel and stuff. That stuff kicks out and ruins you. But the overall ride on this road is pretty enjoyable. You'll see here in a second another thing to watch out for. What truck traffic is on this? There's a lot of uphills, and they slow down super fast. So be mindful if you got traffic. I'm staying a good 75 yards back from that truck in front of me, because there's a line of traffic in front of him, and you'll see why here in a second. It always just be mindful of the other people on the road, because you never know when they're just gonna stop in the middle of the road and stuff. But I think we dropped down to like 20 mile an hour here, and we were running like 45, 50. So just be mindful. If you got a truck holding up traffic in front of you there, just stay back. That way you don't, while you're looking around. I'm a real bad gawker. I'm actually trying to show scenery. It doesn't. What I'm looking at with my eyes doesn't always portray real good on the camera. This here was a turn that had a lot of mud laying in it. See alongside the road right there? That stuff there will put you on your side pipes so fast. And that's why I said just be mindful of that stuff. And going back to what I was saying there, if you got cars in front of you, don't be on them, especially on a bike. You can't see what's in front of them. If there's a dead squirrel in the road, man, I hate to be taken out by a dead squirrel, So that I was pointing out another slip right there. But always stay back from moving traffic, because they don't pay attention to you back there. You can't see pothole sticks, things like that. So just hang back a little bit. You're out there. If you're on your bike riding, 99% of the time you probably shouldn't be in a hurry. So I know we do anyways, but yeah, this road is really super enjoyable. You will encounter traffic on it, and truck traffic. It's a little rough, and there's some rough spots in it, but I believe that most of anybody could ride this road. As far as that goes, most of that stuff there, I would grade rideability in the 5 range. The road condition probably in a 4, because most of there's a lot of long straightaways and stuff on this road, and that stuff actually works out pretty well. So that's the end of this one here. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. We love you, and God bless.